Hey Flosstube, it's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today's Tuesday, May 29th, and I thought I would take a few minutes to spend with you guys today. Um, what is going on? Mania, it's the 29th, so many of you are rounding the bases on Mania. If you were doing every day of May, some of you are already done. I was 100% on board with Mania until my dad fell on Mother's Day, and then Mania out the window. Understandably, I'm sure, but I have a zillion whips, so it's not a big deal. I'm still gonna focus on trying to get through some of those this year. Update on my dad. He is 16 days in, I think, still in the hospital in Pensacola, Florida. Um, he's doing okay. He has good days and bad days. He has days of confusion and days where he's my dad. So they say all of this is to be expected. So that's kind of where we're at with that. We're awaiting news. Hopefully we'll get it this week, whether or not he'll be permitted to stay there in the hospital or if he will go to a rehabilitation facility. Our hope really is that he stays in the hospital. I know that sounds crazy, but he really has a good quality of care. Our hospital locally is run by the Mayo Clinic. He has a lot of people who are in fellowship there, in medical fellowships that are a part of the Mayo Clinic's training program, and they seem to be doing really well with him. All things considered, his outcome so far has been very good. He's still battling a few hurdles, but I guess that's all to be expected. So I'm still making the commute. I'm in the car about 3 hours a day, which is awesome for my audiobook listening. So I have 15 minutes left of West Cork, and I am going to listen to that and go ahead and get my next book downloaded. I don't know what my next book is going to be. We just binge watched Safe on Netflix, which is a Netflix original that has, was it Michael C. Hall? Michael C. Hall, the guy who played Dexter, he is in it. Also a chick from Love Actually, who I really like. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. I didn't take any notes. But it's a psychological type mystery series set in a gated community. It was written by Harlan Coben, and I have a ton of his books and a ton of his audiobooks. So Harlan Coben may be next in my queue because we just binge watched that show and I'm not done. Like, I didn't get enough of it. And I'm going to finish West Cork by the time I reach the county line, and then I'm going to have something else ready to go. So there's that. Thank you all so much who participated in my flash sale of free shipping. It was only for a few hours yesterday. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Some people were super gracious and grateful, and I love all of you. I love everybody, even if they weren't gracious and grateful about it, really. But some people did reach out to me privately and say, like, hey, I made a purchase, but I made a purchase, but I didn't realize that you were having a sale, so can you refund my shipping? And honestly, like, isn't that the purpose of a flash sale? Turn on your notifications for me on Facebook, for me and from Gulf Coast Stitches on Facebook. They're both me, but I'll post them in different ways. Turn on your email notifications from me. You can do that. And then stand by for awesome deals. I mean, that's the whole point. That's why I didn't do a whole weekend long or, a 3 or 4 day coupon code, was because that was the purpose, to have it be like a short period of time. I think it ended up being about 10 or 12 hours. I'm in Central Standard Time. If you're in a different time zone and you timed out at midnight and you didn't get your coupon, I'm sorry. It was there for like I said, I think it was there at least 10 hours, possibly 11. I can't remember if it was 12 or 1 or 2 exactly in the afternoon when I made the coupon code live. But that's what a flash sale is, right? So as long as I continue to have positive feedback on those, I'll continue to have those randomly, where it will be maybe free shipping, or maybe this many dollars off your purchase, or maybe this percent off. Many of you took advantage of it. So I packed orders for, for almost 4 hours today, and everybody who purchased in the flash sale, your shipment is going out. If I'm kind of bad about one thing recently because I'm so hecka busy running back and forth to Pensacola. So I ship same day 99% of the time except for Sundays. Or if it's after I've already been to the post and like on Saturdays when they close at 12. So a lot of times I will go through my postage app, I will print your shipping, get your package in the mail, and then it may be tomorrow or later on tonight when I actually go to the website and fulfill your order. And then I link your tracking number. And sometimes it's not even until the next day that I do that. Like today, it will probably be tomorrow before I go through all of the crazy amount of orders that I have and link them all with a tracking number because I have to manually do that. It's 2 separate applications on the computer. It's not hard. I just have to say, okay, Michelle Garrett here, copy tracking, paste it into my website app. So, I wish it was linked. Unfortunately, it's not. But it's not a big deal. It's just sometimes I don't get around to it. It's more important for me to get your shipping out, and then I'll worry about adding your tracking number. So when you see, if you purchase from me today and it's tomorrow before you get the shipping or fulfillment notification, click on the tracking ID. Odds are it's already been on the way since yesterday. So just because you get a tracking number today doesn't mean I didn't ship it yesterday, if that makes sense. Anyway, enough about that. So I thought I would... again, thank you so much for that. I thought today we would go through my stitchy bag that sits next to my stitchy chair and that goes with me whenever I go to Guild or whenever I go over to a friend's house or when I go on a trip if I'm driving, so it's in the car. It's chock-a-block full of whips and weird items that I may or may not get to. So I'm going to go through that. Excuse me, to adjust myself. I'm sliding down my chair. It's hot today. We had, for those of you who follow me or follow the weather, we had Tropical Storm Alberto, which thankfully, prayerfully, everything worked out. I live on a waterfront home, and the tide came up. I mean, it's still up. We have no beach currently, which normally we have about 12 feet of beach, 12 feet of sand before you reach the water. The water's all the way up, but it was calm. We really dodged a bullet. We had, it was blustery. It was drizzly. It was a non-event for us here, in the Mary Esther, Navarre, Fort Walton Beach, Destin area. So that was, it was pretty much a non-event from Destin to Pensacola, which is the area that I live in on the Gulf Coast. So I thought that was a good thing. It rained out Danny, but from work. But the good news is that a lot of people were off for Memorial Day. So it's kind of bad news, good news. I mean, it stinks if you were here on holiday, but it's good that people didn't have that pressure that, I need to try to go to work and not knowing what's going to happen with the weather. Most employers are understanding unless you're in retail because retail goes berserko whenever there's a storm or the threat of a storm. So Sarah, for example, had to work Sunday. She didn't have to work yesterday. She wasn't scheduled, so that was wonderful. She was able to stay home. But Sunday, she had to work until, like 10:30 at night, and we just drove her that way in case the weather turned. She didn't have to drive in that. So that's that. But thank you for everyone who reached out to me, texted me, messaged me, asked me if we were still floating or everything was good. Everything was wonderful with that. Let's see. I'm saying a lot today. I have no notes. I have not taken a note for Flosstube since the shop opened because I just things are crazy. With emails, I try real hard to get everybody's emails and to respond to every single person. Here's a fun factoids about me. I think I'm going to start that as maybe a segment of my Flosstube channel, and other Flosstubers out there, do the same. I think it'd be a really cool way for us to get to know each other. So fun factoids about Julie. Since I've opened the shop, I receive on average 2,000 to 3,000 emails a day. So here's my iPhone, and it's dirty and nasty, but you can see I have 7,157 unread emails. So monitoring my emails is a crazy full-time job. One thing that contributes to this is whenever someone subscribes to the website or makes a purchase, I get an email. That's fine. I'd rather have records of it, but it does clog up the email arteries a little bit. So if you haven't heard back from me and you emailed me within, say, 48 hours, please email me again or instant message me on Facebook or Instagram, because you could be hanging in that 7,000 email. And that's because I didn't really check email yesterday and not too much on Sunday, because it was holiday weekend here in the US and there wasn't, I knew I was getting a bunch of orders in, and I would tend to all of that today. So yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about email. Please don't feel like you're being a pest or anything else. Like Chelsea says and Priscilla say, 2 ways is better than one. Message. I promise my intention is to get back to everyone as fast as I can. So that's fun factoid. Emails are crazy. Another fun factoid is that I put perfume on before I go to bed every night. I think it's kind of like I never really thought that it was a weird thing until my daughter was like, Mom, other people don't do that. But I've always done that. When I lived alone, before I was, engaged to Dan, I was married in my my late teens, early 20s. I did it before and after that. I was single for many years and still put perfume on before I go to bed every night. And I think it's just part of my nighttime routine. Like, I wash my face most days, most of the time. Brush my teeth, wash my face, and get in my comfy clothes if I'm not already. And then I spray perfume on. And I don't know where it started. I don't know how it started, but it makes my bed like really clean, and makes my bed smell really clean and fresh and smell like me. And Sarah has told me, that it's like a comfort thing for her, and it's something that she has started to do. She's emulating me, I suppose, so she's been doing that for years. So ever since she's had her little girl perfumes. Now she's got her big girl perfumes. But my current perfume, and I like really unique, I would say artisan perfumes. Like, I like people to smell my perfume and say, I've not smelled that before. What is that? Scents are really identifiable, and I had my Mima's car after she passed away, and for years, I mean, this is crazy, but for years, when I would put her seatbelt on, I would smell her Elizabeth Arden Red Door perfume on her seatbelt. I'm assuming that her perfume was the last thing that she put on before she went out the door. It was fresh. She put her seatbelt on, and I smelt it for years. I don't know why that random thought came to my mind, but so my current perfume in my rotation, I use lots of them. I love a perfume called It's Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun. I know Danielle has talked about that before. It's available at Sephora and also online. They hardly ever have it in store in Sephora. It is a single chemical perfume. So I think it's called Cetalox. I could just be making that word up. I don't know. It has one chemical compound, one note, one compound. So you can wear it under perfume, you can wear it alone, and it doesn't irritate people's allergies. I don't mean to sound hateful when I say this, but I don't really consider people's allergies with my perfume. It's just no one in my immediate family has a problem with that, and so that's not why I buy that perfume, is what I'm saying. But my current perfume that I love is Love Gorilla Perfume by Lush Cosmetics. If you don't know about Lush, that's a whole nother video. I could go on forever. Lush is a handmade cosmetics company. I used to have to get that only when I was on vacation in New Orleans or Atlanta or Orlando, but now we have one in Destin. But I bought this online. Most of their perfumes are available online and in store, but this is a retro line. They limited release things quite often, and they limit release them from a thing called the Lush Kitchen. So, yeah, long story, but this is available online. At least it was a couple days ago. I bought 3 bottles because the last time I saw this online was maybe 2014. So it's worth it. This, I think the description of this says that it has a warm candied apple smell, which I don't really get. I don't really smell the apple too much. I'll tell you that the essential oils listed in order of importance and amount are lemongrass, bergamot, jasmine, rose, cinnamon, oak, and oak moss. So that's all the things that are in that. But that's that. Lipstick, Kef. Somebody, Helen, I think, asked me, how do you get your lipstick to stay so bright and vibrant while you're doing your videos? Because, you know, these videos are like usually 1 or 2 takes and I'm drinking the whole time. But it's really just quality. I love lipsticks by Bite. They're edible quality. I don't really know what that means, but they are human grade or human consumption grade ingredients. And I love Clinique. I love MAC. Really, you get what you pay for with makeup. But lately, I've been loving the texture and consistency of Clinique's line. This one is Plum Pop. So I've used, in the past few videos, I've wore Love Pop, Plum Pop, Nude Pop, and last video I had kind of red lipstick on, and that was Sephora's private collection in Crimson. So you get what you pay for. It's a little bit more concentrated in pigments. And these Clinique ones are, yeah, it just says Clinique Pop. They're just super moisturizing and luxurious. I don't know. They are like super soothing and moisturizing. So that's what I've been wearing lately. Just whatever I grab, whatever I feel like grabbing. Okay. Hold, please. This water bottle, or water, it's Corksicle. I've had it forever. I love it. I love it because it's flat on the sides. So I can hold it, as you know, as you probably know. I don't know, another fun factoid is I've had 3 elbow surgeries. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side. So my grip isn't the best if things are wide. So the flat spots really help me. So if you have arthritis or degenerative joints or little hands, Corksicles are awesome. Much easier to handle than a Yeti. Okay, what I started to say was, when I drink out of this, it's got a little slide topper. And when I drink out of it, it whistles. It's kind of annoying. That's an annoying thing about it, but anyway. So what's in my bag? This is my Stitchy bag. It's a Vera Bradley Vera Tote. I have Vera Bradley outlet in Destin. I don't ever shop there. People always say, oh, if I could only get to the Vera outlet, I'd buy so many things. Let me tell you what. If you subscribe to Vera Bradley's newsletters, you'll get like 30 to 50% off coupons basically every day, all the time. And you can use them on sale items. So I'm quite certain that I only paid 22 or 23 bucks for this. But this is the Vera, and see if I can back you up a little bit so you can see like the size of it. It looks enormous here. It's really not. Like, here's my Corksicle next to it. So I don't know the dimensions. I didn't dig that far into it, but this pattern is called Grecian tiles, and I thought it looked like cross stitch. So yeah, or some sort of stitch. So this thing is completely packed, chock-a-block full of things. It sits next to my Stitchy chair, so it becomes my catch-all, my bin, my everything that's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna set it down. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull we have a high top table with 2 chairs and a bench, so I'm pulling the bench over so I have a place to sit it. Okay, so what's in it? This is my floss organizer, one of many. I don't use a ton of DMC. I bobbinate as I go, so I have a full, I say a full collection, but I need 6 or 8 more colors for this project. But I have almost a full set of DMC, many duplicates. I grab them when they're on sale, or I find them at thrift stores or yard sales or estate sales, but I don't sit there and bobbinate continuously until I get through the entire set, because let's be honest, that would take a zillion years, and I would much rather spend my time stitching or acquiring stitchy things. I know I'm a sick person. But this is for a project. So in that case, I have these boxes. This is a Janlin box. This is available at Walmart, and they're my favorite. They're $2.98 at Walmart. They tend to stock like 2 or 3 of these at a time, and I buy them whenever I see them there. It's just a good. You can fit several in the little cubbies. It closes tight so they don't flip over. But these colors are for my Christmas charts that I was gifted for the Noble Companions. I think there's 4. The owl, the polar bear, the horse, and the sleigh. So many of them require the same colors. There's 60 colors, I think, I'm guessing randomly. So I'm a few short, but I spent my time watching my Netflix yesterday evening, bobbinating. So I would have them ready to go because I'm super excited about those projects. I don't really know what's going to happen or how I'm going to get through all of them, but yeah. Then, you know it, you love it. I talked about it last week or the week before. Bitsy Bob. Kelly said she's got me another one coming on the way. I need more of these in my life. I purposely did not go purchase more. She said she had one for me. And then I know I didn't want to buy them all out. I hate to say that, but I have one. So I was like, I'm going to let her Etsy shop sell to people who don't have one yet. I think she said Friday she's uploading more. I'll probably buy another one then. But this is that from that So Kelly Co. Bitsy Bob. Let's see what's in this. Oh my goodness, it's a mess already. So there's my floss mat, my magnets under here. In here, this is so messy. In here hanging out still are my flosses from the Royal Wedding, the Stone Street Stitch Works. So I have my Victorian mottos and my red. Then I have some size 28 bow and needles because I'm currently out of stock and out of personal stock of Pat Carson size 28. So stay tuned when those come back in. And there's a pair of scissors down in here somewhere too. I think a little pair of Bowen. Yep. My little Bowen stork scissors. They're wonderful too. So that's what's in my That's So Kelly Co. This sits on the arm of the chair while I do my stitching or whatever. But I tidied it up last night. I love it. They have snaps. Oh, I hope she doesn't change the prototype too much because I love it. Project bag. This one is one I worked on yesterday. The project inside, not the bag. The bag comes from So Much to Love on Etsy. It's a nice bag. It's super soft, super quilty. I'm very happy with it. It was my first purchase and only purchase from them, but probably won't be my last. I know so many stitchers and floss tubers now that if you're someone who makes project bags personally and you have an Etsy shop or you sell them through Instagram, please reach out to me and let me know because I want to support you. Not that I don't love So Much to Love. That's fine, but I'd rather buy a project bag from Mama Joan, which you will see that I have done. Or I've heard that Diana what is it? It's Kismet Stitches makes amazing bags, but I haven't ever caught any of hers for sale. And then I have 2, I think, on the way, maybe 1. I have my first bag on the way from Caroline from, what is that, Off the Grid, Fridays Off the Grid. So, anywho, inside, cute fabric. The quality is really great. I didn't mean to sound like I don't like this, but I don't really know the people it came from, I guess, so I don't have the connection that I do to some of my other ones. Duchess hoop. My one Duchess hoop that transfers from every project, even though I have, a lot of Duchess hoops. Why, I don't know, but this is my favorite. It's just worn to the just right comfortable sheen. I don't want to show you the chart. This is what I'm currently working on. Bird in the Hand by Barbara Anna. I always say a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush to Sarah. I've mentioned that before. So inside is my little bit of stitchy progress on this. Upside down and backwards. There we go. So I worked on this little fella yesterday. I'm using Victorian Motto variegated, single variegated floss in unknown color. It was probably a freebie from Nancy, but I don't know what that means. PL? I don't know. But it's beautiful. Love it. And there's a little pair of scissors in here. And this was a gift from a customer that I just love. It's the box. I've talked about it before. So it's got my initial, a bird on it, the year. It's an Altoid tin. Inside I have a snag nabbit, a thimble needle minder that came from Heather, the Perfectly Imperfect Stitcher, and a threader. Although I don't have to use it often, I sometimes do on size 28 needles. So that's what's happening in that bag. Yeah, so much to love. If you guys are looking for project bags and I'm happy with this one. They have Facebook and Etsy, so I'm just gonna show that. So yes, I like that. I just don't know them that well. What else is in here? Unopened copy of John Mayer's CD, The Search for Everything. I don't know why I have this on disc unopened because it's in my phone too, so this was probably a gift from someone or from the website or something, but it's a great album. Don't know why that's in there. Mama Joan project bag in the Donna Ray size and shape, which is tall and skinny, and it holds the folded over charts really well. It's a little cheaper and a little small, a little easier to put in your bag if you need it. So in this bag is this whip that just hasn't had much love lately because of life, but it's Here Lies My Needles on Weathered Rose. Yes, I did finish the tofu. So I need to pick this up and keep going. It's not because I don't want to. It's absolutely wonderful chart, absolutely wonderful Sal. All the things are awesome with it. And here's the called for colors, mostly. Oh, all the way. Every called for color. So that is what's in here. I don't think I'm going to continue to use floss away bags. It was kind of an experiment. Mainly because once I finish working on something, those little floss away bags, they just get like, maybe if I get a little box or something to keep them in order. I know some of you are showing like index card boxes, and you're finding boxes. If I can find a box that fits these little bags well, then that might be worth doing. But just having rings of bags everywhere is kind of so if you have any ideas, let me know. They're pretty small, and these are brand Floss Pack. I don't know. They're smaller than an index card, so I have to investigate how to organize that, but it needs to happen because I was texting my girlfriend. It took me like 26 3-inch rings to put all my floss on. That's not been used yet in a project. So I have floss upon floss upon floss. And a lot of it is because I'm doing the Floss Club with my website. So at first, I wasn't sure how many people were going to participate. So I bought a zillion colors and a zillion quantity, a zillion. And now I've got a pretty good idea of how many participants we're going to have. And I only have one invoice unpaid. So I thought that was awesome. But that created a bunch of extra. So I may do some just random packs on the website. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know how you think about that. Like, I may just say 10 fancy flosses for this many dollars, and it'll be random selection. And that way I can kind of whittle down the flosses that I have. They're perfectly brand new, unused, perfectly well stored, but they're just kind of excessive. There's some that I have multiples of and I'll never use as many as I have. Sally Spencer is hiding out in these little, I don't know, I call these the cheapies. I can get these from my distributors. They're not expensive. They're this like weird plastic with a, like, sewn in fabrics, but they work. They're lightweight. They hold things. Everything. Like I can't afford to have a Mama Joan bag for every single project that I have kitted up. It's sad but true. So the ones I'm really loving and giving love to and working on, those go into the Mama Joan bags and the So Much to Love bags. And these other guys, they kind of just fill in. But Sally Spencer, Mustang Sally sampler on Instagram for the Sal. I haven't touched it in a few days. I got Sally's name started. It's not, I don't know why. That's the thing with like whip rotation. What makes you pick up one thing and not the other? Who knows? But I want to get this finished and I want to get this in a frame. It holds a lot of special memories because a lot of us are stitching that together. So if you didn't know, I was stitching the Mustang Sal with you all. I am. So there's that. This bag is never ending, y'all. Oh, this is a fun one. Also in a little bag. These are handy when you're like when you buy the floss and you buy the chart and you get it all at least that much together and you say, I'm gonna get to this soon. These are handy for that. So this is Needleworker. This came kitted up already with the called for colors from Little House Needleworks. Of course, it has a bird on it, and I love needlework, so I stitched on this on Saturday night while I was watching live PD. As a police officer, a former police officer, I can tell you live PD is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. There's some things on there I think that I have opinions about, but for the most part, it's pretty true to form. So I got through most of the end. I'm stitching this on Vintage Country Mocha, which is by Zweigart. It's the one that's printed, modeled only on the front. But I love the color, so even if you don't want to do the modeling, you can just flip it over and use the back. But that's my start on that. That's kind of a Mania-esque start, I guess. I just felt like stitching on even weave because I don't know, my brain was fried a little bit. And even weave, I can zip through that a little faster. This little guy, this is Birdhouse Alphabet by Little House Needleworks. Comes with the buttons. Sorry about the light. Comes with the buttons. And it comes with Belsois silk, which Belsois is made by Classic Colorworks, which is made in same as Little House Needleworks. So it was my first time ever stitching with silk, and let it be said that I love it. So I have gotten maybe 1 hour. This was a live PD start too from another day. Oh, that's a little freebie needle minder I got. If anyone knows what character this is, I have no idea, but it's wooden. So if you make needle minders out there in the world, I love the clay ones. They're cool for something that's on a Q-snap. But for those of us that stitch in hand or that stitch in a hoop, the wooden ones are amazing. Heather, thank you so much for always having a good selection of the wooden ones because they're so light. Like, they don't pull your fabric down. They're really super light. So there's that little guy. I just think it's a cool... I don't have any idea what character that is because it was a freebie, but I'm into it. Mama Joan bag. Okay, this bag contains so many things that I love. This bag it's a Mama Joan bag. It contains my Heartstring Sampleries Prairie Life. This is I would say probably one of my favorite charts. Not my, I don't know how many favorites can you have in one year, but 2018. I adore this. So I haven't gave it any love in quite some time because I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because of Sally Spencer. Because Sally Spencer got all my attention. But I'm coming back. I'm coming back to this. I love it. I got a lot done on it now that I look at it. So that's got to get some love soon, as does schoolwork and my family and my dad and all that stuff. But it also contains Victorian motto, random color that nobody knows, but it's beautiful. I buy a lot of floss from Nancy, so I get some of those freebies that are not marked, and I could care less because they're perfect. This has been kitted up but not started. You guys know my obsession and my love for all things Charlie Harper. This is actually still available at distributors, so I snatched it up. It's the only one. The only one that's still available at Hoffman. Charlie Harper Cardinals in Flight. So my colors for that, I selected 970. I selected Ribbon Red. And, of course, 310. So, cute as a button. And I'm going to stitch this on Hazy Gray. This is a fabric flare. So, fabric flares are digitally printed. This is fabric flare 16 count Aida. If you're on the fence about Aida, or you just can't stand the crunchy stuff, give fabric flare a try, because it's costly, but the quality is really good. But it is digitally printed only on one side. So, for example, there's the back, just white, and the front is hazy gray. But it's cool. I will buy more for sure, because I have a problem and it's good quality. So that's only going to take up a little portion of that. I haven't cut that down. So all the stuff is still coming out of my bag, y'all. Still got a ways to go. What else is in my bag? Oh my goodness. This is like, my bag is like when you have a bar in your house when you first walk in the door and you throw everything on the bar. My bag is my stitchy bar. Ugh. I wish you guys could lean in for a smell. Udit, whatever you put on this, I need it in a bottle so that I can spray it on myself before I go to bed. Because this is good. So this is Sampler Green. I've been through all these before. I'm just going to show you quickly. These are all 40 count. Sampler Green, Grandpa's Sleeve, which Robbie had a great idea to stitch primitive hair on. She's doing a primitive hair chart on this, so that's happening. Buttermilk Cake. Could you die? Look at that. Kef, dead on the floor. The cast is kind of green in here. I don't know why, but a freebie of an opalescent, tiny purpley color. I don't know. I'll use that maybe for an ornament, or maybe I will gift that on to somebody. Antique Violet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I would ever... Why did I buy this? You know, I bought it because I didn't have it yet. I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on this. Absolutely no idea whatsoever where I would put a framed purple piece in my house, but I mean, I have to buy them all. And then this is Willow Green. And this is, I wish I could, it's coming across much greener than it is in real life. In real life, it's kind of more of a light, I don't know. It's not quite as green of a green. You can tell the washout because this is washing out a little bit too, but anywho, this is going to have on it the Blackbird design, Labor Day salve that we're all doing together with the cardinal piece. So I already know that. And then this is a piece of Victorian motto linen. This is 32 count, and it's like this pretty blush. I would say maybe it was one of the Addicted Sisters that said it's kind of like Easter eggish. I don't know who said it, but it's true. It's got some pink. It's got a little cast of maybe like a light green and a little bit of yellow, and I love it. Who knows what's going on that? I don't know. I showed all of these last week. That's why they're in the bag still, but just in case you missed it, and because I have a problem of acquiring goodies, XG Designs flosses, because I, for whatever reason, was in the Earth Tone colorway frame of mind. But yes, where am I going to put that? Nobody knows. Freebie. I can show this because it's a freebie on the Facebook page. This is what I stitched last two weeks ago now for the wedding. On the 19th. That's the freebie for that. It's still hanging around in the bag. Oval Duchess hoop hanging around in the bag. Another whip, because I don't have enough going on, enough whips. This is Singing the Blues. I got pretty far on this. This is on 14 count Picture This Plus. I bought a ton of Picture This Plus, and I'm just not really someone who stitches on Ada that often. If I do, I shouldn't say that. I would rather stitch on 16 or 18 count, but I have a bunch of Picture This Plus, and I used it. I'm way being wasteful with this. I mean, look how wasteful I was. I could have totally stitched this over here in the corner and had a lot more left to go, but this is why I'm not a center starter generally. This piece I can tell I center started. I don't need to do that. I saw someone had, I can't remember who it is. There's a shop owner out there, a brick and mortar shop owner, who showed an acrylic 3x3 inch stitch starter that she sells in her shop. If y'all know who that is, or you watched her video, please comment below and let me know, because I need to call her and see if I can buy one of those. I take my tape measure and I go over 3 and down 3, and then I mark it with a counting pin. But to have that acrylic, plastic 3x3 acrylic piece that I could just place on there, and the one she showed, I want to say it showed like 2.5 and 3 inch maybe. I don't know. It's a wonderful idea. So if you guys could please, if you know who that was. I've fallen into the trap of watching Flosstube on my TV, and then I don't save things or comment, or it doesn't really match up well. I showed this last week. I haven't put a single thing in here yet. It was $1 at a thrift store. It's Vera Bradley. It's a coupon organizer, but it'll hold something. Here's, this was done on Fabric Flares parchment. This is my royal wedding. I've showed most of this before, but I just thought we'd do a dive. Ah! Oh, check it out. Umbrella. Don't want to get stuck at Guild in the rain. Random giant Ziploc bag. Showed these last week. This stuff just had, you know what it is too, is that our bedroom's upstairs, and that's where my desk is and all my stitchy accoutrement, and it hasn't made it from downstairs to upstairs yet. But this is a bag of Silks for You. I can't recommend it enough. It's wonderful. So this is 2 packs of their grab bags. Oh look, another Duchess hoop. Because I don't even know why I have more than one, because I only have one set of hands and I have one favorite hoop. Pair of Beats headphones. Because sometimes you just gotta listen to Flosstube while everybody else is watching TV in the living room, right? So those are my Beats headphones. Notebook of all things customer related. Waiting lists, special requests, notes to myself. I hope you catch this, YouTube. Q-Snap, already loaded up with a grime guard with birds. Why did I have this? I bought the, I don't even remember specifically what I plan on putting in here. I think I may frame up some of my Hands Across the Sea samplers that I'm going to be starting in the next like 2 days, because that's just so much fabric. So I don't know. There's a little scrap of fabric flare linen. Showed you guys this. I'm going to be stitching this in honor of my dad so that I can have a good memory of this time. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. And that's Psalm 27. And I sold out of these on the site already. So if you're watching Beth, there's something to be said for these older charts. Because we still love them. We love you and we still love them charts. This is funny. I have one of these next to my desk. Next to my Stitchy command post. This is actually a salt jar. You see these in like cooking areas. But I bought this at Sears for $3.47. It's bamboo. It says Navy Salt Box, but Sarah's and Navy ROTC. It was $3.47, and it makes the perfect quart jar. And it's super light because it's bamboo, so that's for when I go to Guild. What else is in here? Lumino light. Great. This is a great light. It's a book light, but you can use it for whatever. Never know when you need one of those in your bag. Okay. I don't know how this got in here, but I did have them in my purse. I'm not going to read this out loud in case there are children watching, but it's not really offensive, but you can look up. So when you go to Victoria's Secret to try on bathing suits and or underwear, they now offer this as a service, which is so much better than those sticky things that go in the bottom of a bathing suit, which are supposed to be hygienic, but how many people put that on before you? So these are disposable. You can one time use them or whatever, but somehow one ended up in my purse, and then I was like, oh, I cleaned my purse out next to my chair, so now there's one of these in my Stitchy bag. That's a funny for today. We're getting there, guys. We're almost to the bottom of this ginormous bag. Clips. Clover clips. Felt, because if you're going to Q-snap over your stitches, you should put down some fabric. 2 more Q-snap covers, because before I discovered the love of the Duchess hoop, that's all I used was Q-snaps. But the Duchess hoops are so light and easy for me. An extra pair of scissors. These are the scissors that I love the most. BIHRTC, available on Amazon. So you can pause and rewind if you need to know that. There are like 6 pockets in here. Oh, here we go. Almonds, unopened, because might have a protein crisis while you're at Guild. I think that's it, guys. There's some random flosses and yeah. So that's it. That's everything that was jammed in here. Is that it? Wait. Okay, I bought this. I don't know that it helped me much. They are warming though. So if your hands get sore, these needle pointer gloves, they're very warming. So if the back of your hand gets kind of sore, they're nice for that. But they have like 1, 2, 3, 4 finger holes, and you can very easily maneuver in them. But go smaller than you think you need, because the bigger ones do nothing. So I think this is a medium, and I thought I would need a large. But it's very soothing. It's warming. They say they're good to wear to bed or just if you're doing anything repetitive, but I like it. Stitcher's Ease gloves. But I like it so much I forgot that it was in my bag. That's it. Oh, a pair of readers. I wear glasses, which is usually in plenty enough, but every once in a while. And I like this ICU eyewear brand. My local bookstore sells those, but you can also get those at Target. So that's it. I'm not going to keep you waiting while I repack all of this stuff, upload this video, run to the post office, go see my dad, who's affectionately known in our family as Pop Pop. I have something in my hair. So what's in your bag? If you're a floss tuber, dig in your bag and show us. If you're a floss tuber or not, you just want to comment a random factoid about yourself. So we learned today that I like to wear perfume to bed. I don't know why. and I get a zillion emails, and I really try to respond to all of them. So that's what we've learned about me today. I hope you guys have had a great day. Continue to be kind to one another, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.